The gecko is one of the most ancient, adaptable, and evolutionarily successful reptiles on Earth. With a lineage stretching back more than 150 million years, geckos have survived mass extinctions, climate shifts, continental drift, and dramatic environmental transformations. While dinosaurs vanished, geckos adapted. Today, they remain one of the most widespread and diverse reptile groups on the planet, with over 1,500 recognized species inhabiting nearly every warm region of the world. Geckos belong to the infraorder Geckota, within the order Squamata. Though often casually referred to as lizards, geckos possess a collection of anatomical, behavioral, and physiological traits that set them apart from all other reptilian groups. Their success lies not in brute strength or size, but in precision, flexibility, and evolutionary ingenuity. One of the most distinctive features of geckos is their eyes. Unlike most reptiles, many gecko species lack movable eyelids. Instead, their eyes are covered by a transparent membrane called a spectacle. To keep this surface clean, geckos regularly lick their own eyes with their tongues, an unusual but highly effective adaptation rarely seen among vertebrates. Their eyes are often large relative to head size, equipped with vertical pupils that allow exceptional night vision. Some studies suggest certain gecko species may perceive color even in extremely low light conditions. Most geckos are nocturnal, emerging after sunset to hunt, explore, and communicate. The skin patterns and muted coloration allow them to blend seamlessly into their surroundings during daylight hours, where they remain hidden beneath rocks, inside tree bark, or within human structures. However, not all geckos are nocturnal. Day-active species often display vivid colors, turquoise, green, orange, or blue, and rely more on visual signals than sound. Sound is another rare trait among geckos. While most reptiles are silent, many gecko species vocalize. Their calls range from soft clicks and chirps to loud, barking sounds. The tokay gecko is particularly famous for its powerful vocalizations, which can be heard from surprising distances. These sounds are used for territorial defense, mating calls, and warnings. Vocal communication gives geckos a social complexity uncommon among reptiles. Perhaps the most iconic feature of geckos is their extraordinary climbing ability. Many species can walk effortlessly on smooth vertical surfaces and even upside down on ceilings. This ability does not rely on sticky secretions or suction. Instead, gecko feet are covered in microscopic hair-like structures called setae. Each seta branches into even smaller structures known as spatulae. These interact with surfaces at the molecular level through van der Waals forces, creating temporary adhesion. This biological system is so advanced that it has inspired cutting-edge research in robotics, medical adhesives, and material science. Gecko body size varies dramatically across species. The smallest geckos measure less than 4 centimeters, while larger species can exceed 40 centimeters in length. Their bodies are typically flattened, enabling them to squeeze into narrow crevices. The skin, while delicate in appearance, is highly specialized. Some species can shed patches of skin when grabbed, allowing escape from predators, a phenomenon known as skin autotomy. Geckos are primarily insectivorous. Their diet includes moths, beetles, crickets, flies, mosquitoes, and other arthropods. This makes them invaluable to ecosystems and human settlements alike, as they naturally control insect populations. Larger species may consume smaller reptiles, amphibians, or even newborn rodents. Some geckos, particularly island species, also feed on fruit, nectar, and pollen, contributing to plant pollination and seed dispersal. Hunting strategies among geckos rely on patience and precision. They often remain motionless for long periods, waiting for prey to come within striking distance. Once the moment arrives, the gecko strikes with remarkable speed and accuracy. The jaws are lined with numerous small teeth designed to grip rather than chew. Prey is typically swallowed whole. Defense mechanisms among geckos are diverse and highly effective. Tail autotomy is perhaps the most famous. When threatened, a gecko can voluntarily detach its tail, which continues to wriggle independently. This distracts predators, allowing the gecko to escape. The tail eventually regenerates, though the new tail often differs in structure and coloration. This process requires significant energy, highlighting the evolutionary trade-offs between survival and resource allocation. Reproduction in geckos varies widely. Most species are oviparous, laying eggs with hard, calcified shells. Females typically lay 1 or 2 eggs per clutch and may produce multiple clutches per year. Eggs are deposited in concealed, stable environments such as rock crevices or underground chambers. In some species, incubation temperature influences the sex of the offspring. A few gecko species are viviparous, giving birth to live young, a rare trait among reptiles. Hatchlings emerge fully formed and independent. There is no parental care. Survival rates among juveniles are low, as they face predation from birds, snakes, mammals, and even other geckos. Natural selection is unforgiving, ensuring that only the most adaptable individuals survive to adulthood. Coloration in geckos serves multiple purposes. Camouflage is the most common, allowing geckos to blend into bark, stone, or sand. Some species can subtly change shade in response to temperature, mood, or stress, though this ability is far less dramatic than that of chameleons. In diurnal species, bright colors may function in social signaling or species recognition. Geckos have coexisted with humans for thousands of years. In many tropical regions, house geckos are common inhabitants of buildings. They are generally tolerated or even welcomed due to their insect-eating habits. Cultural perceptions vary. Some societies consider geckos symbols of luck and protection, while others associate them with superstition. Scientifically, however, geckos pose no threat to humans. Certain species are popular in the pet trade, particularly leopard geckos and crested geckos. These species are valued for their manageable size, calm temperament, and relatively simple care requirements. However, improper handling, habitat destruction, and illegal wildlife trade threaten wild populations. Island endemics are especially vulnerable to extinction. Geckos face growing challenges in the modern world. Habitat loss, climate change, invasive species, and environmental pollution all contribute to population declines. Despite their resilience, not all gecko species will survive the pressures of the Anthropocene. The gecko stands as a living testament to evolutionary success through specialization rather than dominance. Small, quiet, and often overlooked, it has mastered survival in a changing world. It is not the strongest, fastest, or largest, but it is one of the smartest designs nature has ever produced.